Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole song again. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, and I know you're going to go, what? But I'm going to have to check this just one last time because I did push a couple of buttons on the board and it seemed to stop. So let's take a listen just to be on the safe side. Safe side. I'm doing that on purpose. Cross your fingers. Here we go. Let's take a listen just to be on the safe side. Safe side. I'm doing perfect. I'm such a genius. No, I'm joking. I'm not a genius. And neither are some people that call me here on my podcast. Okay, but some of you people out there, and you know who you are, you get your rocks off by thinking that you're a rock star here on Spreaker, and you're not a rock star. A lot of you, several of you, I won't name any names because you know who you are, and you know who I'm talking to. You think that you are really something special. Okay, you think that you're really something special. And in my opinion, you're just the opposite. Because it has been my opinion for many years. I have formed this opinion. I have shared this opinion with other people in my life. That when people accuse you or me of they have these bizarre accusations, more than likely, 9 times out of 10, 5 will get you 10, however you want to word it, they're talking about themselves. I never get that right. They're talking to themselves. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I mean, I know what I'm trying to say, and I know that you know what I'm trying to say, and that, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm just being kind of goofy here. But whenever somebody says, oh, well, Debbie Daly, Spreaker is all she has, and they're talking to themselves. Okay, hold on. We're going to take a little English lesson here. And I know how to do this because I homeschooled. What you do is you put in themselves or themselves. Here we go. We're going to see what happens. And don't think you know it. Oh, I already know what that is. Blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. That's why you're listening out there, even though you never chat in the chat room. Okay, here we go. The logistics of themself or themselves. As discussed in previous lessons in logistics, the plural pronoun they can be used to represent a singular antecedent that is gender neutral and indefinite. For example, someone, no one, anyone, or a person. As the article states, the other grammatical forms of the singular they are them, their, or themselves, and these are used in a sentence to relate to a singular they subject. Now, what they mean with a singular they subject, I used to love English, I used to love teaching it, is they had apples, as opposed to they have apples. No, that's past and present. Let's keep going. Use themselves as the reflexive intensive pronoun to refer to an indefinite gender-neutral noun or pronoun that is the subject of the sentence, and avoid themself. If a singular indefinite gender-neutral noun is the subject of a sentence, use the singular they elsewhere in the sentence, especially if as the subject. Okay, so let's try this. Dragonfly. Okay. They know who they are themselves. But see, that doesn't sound right to me. According to the rules of grammar, reflexive intensive pronouns are formed by adding the singular self or the plural selves to the possessive form of the first and second person personal pronouns. Self is chosen if the pronoun which is being added to is singular. No, see, mine's not. Mine is plural. While selves, okay, there we go. Selves is several, so they know who they are themselves. That would be right. I mean, that's a horrible sentence. Let's get back to that. Okay. You know who you are is what I'm saying. Lately on my show, on my podcast, for all of you out there that's keeping score, I've had certain people from Spreaker call in and want to chit-chat with me. And I don't have a problem with that. I usually welcome all callers, as I got so many. I'm going to be all around this because this isn't scripted, so I'm going to be bouncing around here. Let me make it to where I cannot even see the chat room at all. There, I can't see it at all. What I do is I pull down the window to where I don't see anything except just on air, time left, and other. Okay. Well, if I really want to do something neat, what I do is I open up my iTunes and I put on my screensaver. iTunes has the best screensavers. I mean, they are just amazing. Okay, let's do View Visualizer. Okay. Now, what I was going to tell you is this. I get it. I can take it. But there are people that come on this podcast that can't. Now, I know that a lot of you out there that were probably, and I'm going to be gutly honest, I'm not going to name any names, okay? And I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not talking about trolls. I'm talking about show hosts, okay? Hosts on this platform that do this, okay? I can take it. I get it. I think that is obvious by just me answering the call the other night from Rick. I don't hold anything against Rick Landstrom. Why would I? Okay? I get it. I get what he does. Oh, I'm having a nervous breakdown. I thought that was hysterical. I flipped out. You don't know what she's done to me. I mean, I was beside I had no business being on the air that night. But it was odd to me that out of all the shows on Spreaker, look which one this person had called into. And now I hope you all can see what I was talking about that night. I hate to say I told you, but I told you. Did I not tell you that it was a Let's talk about the word campaign. Campaign means, in my, this is just my opinion, I'm looking at a screensaver. Campaign in my brain means to go out and try to get people to do something, to vote on somebody. Let's go ahead and look up campaign because we want to get this just perfect. I'm going to make a lot of sense, I know, because I have that feeling in my mind that what I'm trying to say is going to make a lot of sense. And it's not so much that I'm stirring up drama. I'm just talking about some stuff that's been going on. After all, everybody else is talking about it. By the way, I like to give props where I believe props are due. And I'd like to give I will mention this name. Campaign, a series of military operations intended to achieve a particular objective, confined to a particular area. Working in an organized and active way. Oh, it says a social group working in an organized and active way toward a particular goal. Okay. The organized actions of the political undertake. Okay. What I'm trying to say here is when I used to do my podcast off of Blog Talk Radio, I received an email from one of the administrators over there that said, "We detect a hate campaign against you." I'd never heard the words hate and campaign used in the same sentence. I was like, hate campaign? And what they did is they had the ability to monitor many shows at once. Not at once, but they could flick through them like flipping pages. I even think at one time they told me they had the ability to do what's called a Soundex, where they can put the name Debi Daily and see if they hear it or something. I don't know. They have some pretty nice stuff over there. Rick does. There's a guy over there named Rick. He's like a little genius that Alman pays a bunch of money to that does all kinds of weird stuff behind the scenes. People think that Blog Talk Radio is just Shannon, Alan, Amy. No, there's a lot of people over there. A lot of big name people. Not big name people, but a lot of people that do a lot of work, a good work, not just whatever. Hey, this is hard to do. Monologuing without a script on just subjects that are just never mind. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. When I first heard the words hate campaign, I thought, what? But it's true. If you have a group of people that are led by one and that are actively trying to quote unquote recruit people to dislike me, that is the definition of a hate campaign. And it has been brought to my attention lately in the form of, now I'm telling the truth this time. Somebody sent me the audio through Skype. Somebody literally sent me the MP3 download through Skype of a show that was deleted of this. I saw that movie Monster. I would refer to this person more as a monster than that person almost. I know I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm talking about. This monster was talking to a friend of mine that had been on my show, and he is a friend of mine, trying to convince him to dislike me, to not like me, by stirring up 4-year-old garbage that this monster made up back then, and to this day, as this monster always says, sticks to the story. I never change my story. Never. Well, this monster has got an arsenal of stories that they have stuck to since they were in junior high school, if you know what I'm talking about. And, it takes a black-hearted monster to falsely accuse members of your family of sexual molestation in order to take a free ride on the government. Not mentioning any names here. None. Okay? I'm just saying these are things that have been brought to my attention through outside sources that I have not gone out and sought out, that have come to me and have divulged this information that I have made sure it wasn't crap. No names. But here's what I want to say, and it's bothering me, and I've decided I'm going to do like all of you guys do. I'm going to use this podcast as therapy. I'm going to talk it out in my head here and see if I can come to terms with this. That's got me bothered that this monster is still, what do you call it? Stalking me. That's a word that's misused. Let's get a new word for stalking. Stalking is so overused on the internet. Let's get a new word to stalk. Thesaurus. Harass. Harass is good. You know what I mean? Ugh, it's terrible. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait, I know what I did. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Stalk. Pursue or approach stealthily. Let's get a thesaurus. Hunt, track, follow, creep up on, we'll say harass. This monster has been harassing me for years, and that's fine. If that's what this person needs to do, let them do it. If that's what that person needs to believe, let them do it. Okay? But for God's sake, is it stepping over my bounds to say, just leave it to yourself? Don't try to poison the minds of innocents that come to my show. Don't seek them out. I mean, these people have taken this to a whole new level. And you keep thinking that after the months go by and the years go by, that it'll die down. Well, it'll die down. They'll get tired of it or whatever. Apparently not. They still cause trouble for anybody that calls into this show. And I'm going to, and I'm mad. I'm a little bit pissed off about this. And that's okay. I can get mad. Okay? I can get pissed off. And now they have gone so far. One of these people, stoic calm. Gosh, my nose is itching from that dust I was stirring up down there. Woo! One of these persons is now just making it a nightly deal to poke fun at somebody on here. And people, not everybody can take it. I can take it. I can own what I do, and I can take it. Okay? I don't stalk, harass, or pick on people on my show. I mean, there's a monster out there that wants you to believe that, but nobody believes what that monster says. But I can handle it. I think I have more than proved that I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've had just about everything come at me. Names. I mean, the C word means nothing to me anymore on Spreaker.com. This place has turned into a cesspool. And it's not anything to do with me. It's all of them. Hold on just one second. They poke fun at people, and certain people can take it and certain people can't. If you remember, hang on just one second. Let me get my thoughts together on something, and I'm going to go get it some water. Hold on.
Give me a hoe if you got your funky bus fare. There's a double Dutch bus coming down the street, moving dirty fast, so kinda shuffle your feet. Get on the bus.
Fare and tell the driver that you're going to a double Dutch affair. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Anyway, the baby loves, and he is my baby to me. He's my baby, and Stephen is still my baby. Heather is my baby. So if I call them the babies, it's not that I think they wear diapers. They're just my babies. It's a Southern thing. It's what I do. If you don't like it, just let it roll off your back, just like water off a duck's back. Well, don't make a federal case out of it. Oh my God, she said they babies. And I don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of it. I really do. I understand a lot of it. I do more than I lead on. I understand it. It's been explained to me by so many people that are a hell of a lot smarter than I am. And when somebody explains something to me that's a hell of a lot smarter than I am, in my opinion, I tend to just adopt what they say. Okay, then I'm just going to accept it is. Because I remember when my nephew, a strong, big, blonde, you remember Dave the other night that called in? He has a little brother named Chris. Chris is one of my babies. Chris was the star quarterback of his high school football team. He was the star pitcher. He just got an arm on him like you wouldn't believe. When Chris was playing senior football, he was being scouted by all the major coaches, and it was a real exciting time for everybody, myself included. We would watch the games. He used to laugh at how he would hear me go, Chris. He said that everybody on the team would say, we can hear Aunt Debbie, because I said it in 2 syllables. I'd go, Chris. Anyway, just a little personal side note. But I remember talking to Chris sometimes after the game, and I'd say, Chris, why are you running the option? You know, why can't you air it out sometimes? I mean, you've got people that are open, you know, and he would say, I have to do what the coach says. Stay with me, I'm making a point here. And I would just say, we would stand on the back patio, you know, I'd be smoking a cigarette, it'd be after the game, he would have swung by in his car, you know, getting ready to go meet all of his friends, and he'd swing by just to say hi and give me a kiss and whatever. And we'd be out there talking, and I mean, a kiss on my cheek, you know, I love you. And I would say, I don't understand. I guess I'm just a girl. I don't understand football. But when you hike the ball, how does he know what's going to happen? I mean, how does he not know that Markel is going to be wide open on the 20-yard line? And he said, I said, you have to do what he tells you to do? I mean, what if you just one time said, no, I'm going to get it to Markel right now? He said, well, that's just the big quandary here. He went on to explain to me that he learned at an early age that somebody that is observing what you're doing in life can sometimes see better what you need to do. And a lot of times it's not really what you would do, but it's a good call. And he was right, because Chris would set himself up. He was one of the only, I'm going to tell you where the coach's head was at, according to Chris. Chris told me that he was one of the only 5-4A or 4-5A quarterbacks in Texas that was allowed to run the option, because he was not the option. He was allowed to, I don't know how I'm wording this. I might be messing it up. Chris, if you're out there, call me and help me out. The reason Chris was allowed to run the option, not the option. Wait a minute. Okay, that's right. After we talked about this, a few weeks later, Chris was allowed to run the option, which means he has the option of either airing it out or handing it, doing a handoff to whatever. But he explained to me, and I've always sort of equated this to life, is that there's time, let me just get to the point. There's times in our life when people can see better what's going on with us and what would be our better play. You see what I'm trying to say? I totally forgot how I was going to equate this to my show. And people get so tickled at me in real life because they're like, Debbie. And I'm like, oh, yeah. But I totally forgot how I was going to equate somebody watching my show. Not my show, but me or them or whatever. Maybe it'll hit me in a minute. But anyway, I do this all the time in real life. Well, this is real life. This is me on a microphone. This isn't a pre-recorded me. This isn't a robot. This is me. This is real life to me. Okay, let's talk about that. Like I said, it's going to just be kind of everywhere tonight because I don't have a script. I'm just looking at a screensaver. I hear people say, oh, Spreaker is their only life. Not even talking about me, but talking about other people. I do believe that there are some people on Spreaker that it does appear that Spreaker is a major part of their life. Major part of their life. I've even heard hosts on here say, I heard a female host on here say one time, all of my friends are online. Those are my friends. Well, when you have somebody this is the way I sort of look at this deal here on Spreaker. I sort of look at it as, excuse me, I reflect back, and since I was always a teacher, I always try to teach, I always try to mimic what Jesus did, Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth. Now, whether or not you believe he was the Son of God, we're not talking about that. Jesus Christ was an actual history figure, Jesus of Nazareth. He was an actual man. Some people believed he was the Son of God, born into the Virgin Mary, crucified under Pontius Pilate, died and arose on the third day in fulfillment of the Scriptures. But Jesus always spoke in parables, meaning when he was talking to people, he would use examples. And that's what I do a lot. And when I think about the people of Spreaker, sorry, I hit the wrong button. I bet y'all are going to kill me. When I think about the people on Spreaker, I always, for some reason, I imagine a playground. And if you will, for just a second, imagine a playground full of a bunch of kids. And let's say everybody's in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Okay? Me, of course, being in 5th grade. But there's bullies on the playground. Don't you remember when you were in school and there'd be a bully? A bully was a person that would come up and go, hey, and they would just say something really shitty. They would pick on girls. They would pull their ponytails. They would do all kinds of crappy things. Nobody liked them because they were bullies. They were assholes. Okay? It didn't necessarily mean that they were the tough guys. Actually, in fact, they were usually the pussies. And what I mean by that is when I see somebody acting a certain way on their podcast, I tend to see right through it. It's usually the other way around. And what I mean by that is people that come on the air, if you want to call it on the air, on the fake Spreaker air, and really exude a personality. Oh, I am this, I am this, I am this, this. You can be assured that they are trying to convince themselves. Huh? I said that right. That's who they're trying. They're not trying to convince us. They're trying to convince themselves. I said that right too. And it doesn't work. I mean, it might work for some people, but it doesn't work for somebody like me because I see right through it. And I know that there are people on here that are saying things like, oh, I'm the Spreaker God. I've got my hand on the button. I this, I that. And the truth could be, nothing could be further from the truth. Nobody on here is the Spreaker God. Nobody on here holds the magic key to what happens on here. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I've never had a lot of respect for a man. And this is going to be using the gender card. But I don't care. It's true. That's the culture we were raised in. Boys don't pick on girls. Boys pick on boys. Okay? Girls aren't supposed to pick on anybody unless they're batshit crazy like the monster. And I say that because I can handle your crap. I can handle it. I think I've more than proved that. I can handle it. I can take it, and then I come back out the next day and play. Okay? It's no big deal. It's 10:30 at night. I'm done with the family for the night, and I come on here. I have this jerk, and you don't want to be a jerk in life. Being a jerk is not funny. Filling your entire podcast with hate is not funny. And I'm going to mention a name, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go way out on a limb, and that's Alan Wayne. Alan Wayne did a podcast the other day, and he talked about somebody, and I've never heard him make more sense, and I've known Alan now for over a year. He's never made more sense in his life. I don't know if Alan has come into himself, what has come over him, but shouts out to you. You finally got it. And he got it good. Allow me to show you. He said some things about somebody on here that I believe he's needed to say for a long time. And he made so much sense. Allow me to show you what I'm talking about. This is just absolutely beautiful. Here we go. From the Random Radio Network, show episode 1 entitled Catharsis. Here we go. Allow me to jump around in case I don't get it right. Unlike some people, I don't pre-plan for hours audio. I do it on the fly.
I'm using it on Sundays only, and why don't you guys go ahead and go live on my station? And the response was great. I had Grandpa Al on, I had Peter Boy on, I had Deshaun Porter sending me shows to put on. I had this influx of Spreaker talent coming and giving me their shows and signing on the site and putting out content. So that's really awesome. We're up to 1,300 followers now. Who knows how many are real, but still, it's good for the numbers. And also, I was in talks with a guy by the name of Alex Exum. Now, if you don't know who Alex Exum is, he's a guy here on Spreaker.com who has a lot of followers. He's done the iHeart thing, and he's got a whole media market going on. He's from Long Beach. He's like a media guy.
I'm going to go forward a little bit, okay?
He's been a male model. He's been all over the place. So the difference in everything, the difference in my commute, the difference in time management, I mean, everything is... The reason that he calls me out
here we go
as a pedophile is because I talk to some guys that he doesn't like. Because I talk to guys that he doesn't like. Pure and simple. And then he friends me, unfriends me on Facebook, unfriends me on Twitter, knocks me out of his little ballsiest group on Facebook or whatever. Only the ballsiest of Spreaker. Well, guess what, sunshine? The ballsiest don't go running to the Spreaker cops when their shit gets offensive or something goes too much. This guy considers himself to be a very bad guy. And he talks all sorts of smack on the radio, let me tell you. He talks about people's personal lives. He talks about people and their race. He talks about all of their different problems. He bags on people. He considers himself to be a real big guy. By the way, welcome Louis B in the chat room. You should hear this, my friend. He likes to...
Shouts out to King Louis.
Go and go out and make all these claims and say all these things. And then he hides behind the fucking Constitution when it gets a little too hot. He hides behind the amendment that says there's freedom of speech. Okay, freedom of speech is one thing, asshole. Freedom of speech is one thing. But it's the old fire in a crowded theater thing. So here's the situation. And the situation is this. When you call out something like fire in a crowded theater that makes people panic and you get people all riled up like that, that no longer becomes freedom of speech because you are infringing on other people's rights. You are infringing on other people's rights to be able to use that movie theater, enjoy that movie theater, and to be in a safe environment. You're infringing on those people's enjoyment of what they're doing.
Perfect.
You're infringing on other people's freedoms.
Perfect.
Now, you called the Spreaker cops because somebody decided to make what I have said numerous times.
This makes so much sense that I hope Alan doesn't mind that I'm playing this, but when somebody can say something a little bit better than I can say and explain something that I agree with, this is them saying what's on my mind. And unlike somebody on here who says, we say what you feel. No, you don't say what I feel. I'm sorry. You don't say what I feel. If anything, this guy right here at this moment said what I feel. Let's continue.
Times a tasteless sock puppet, a tasteless avatar of your grandson in a pornographic situation. Okay, I get that. But then you start trying to shake me down for information.
Let's talk about grandchildren for a second. Let's talk about a person that dedicated an entire episode of his podcast, his whatever, to talking about my grandchild. making fun of him, saying he even called out his real name. He continues to this day to call out my real name. He breaks every quote-unquote law that he claims other people do. He is the biggest playground bully. And you remember what I said about bullies on the playground? They're the asshole that nobody likes. They're the jerk. They're usually kind of short and stocky, and they don't play football or sports because none of the guys like him. He just sort of fades off as we get older and older. And then when we see him in high school, we're like, yeah, I remember that asshole. Nobody likes him. And that's not fun to have nobody like you. I mean, if that's your goal, then you're succeeding very well at it. Let's continue.
And telling me in private that you are going to call the cops on me, telling me in private that you are going to get people on me, that this is real life, that you have contacts, and that you have people who can come and actually knock on my door and harass me, because you know what they're going to find when they get into that door is they are going to find a perfectly healthy family with kids that don't have a lick of a problem, that love their parents. They're going to find pretty much a Beaver Cleaver style home, man. And then you know what happens? Then I have the right as an American citizen to sue your ass for whatever change you have in your pockets, because you have slandered me. You've slandered me and you've slandered others on this platform who had nothing to do with your stupid games. They had nothing to do with your baiting.
Bingo. Excellent point. These people take, and this is not, I'm not talking about the person that he's talking about right now. I'm talking about another one. Takes an innocent. We'll call him an innocent, okay? A show host. That is probably, and I'm going to mention his name, Chris. And I'm not talking about my baby dolls, Mr. Midnight Movie and Jewish Producer, because what they do is in fun. And it is funny, and it's cute, and it's silly, and it's really cute. And Chris doesn't have a problem with them. It would take a lot to get me to not like Mr. Midnight Movie and Jewish Producer. They're just, I mean, I'm not claiming ownership of them when I say this. I mean this in a different way. They are my little clowns. I mean, they're just mess pots. And when I say that, that's a cute way of me saying you're adorable, but you're a little shit. And that's what they are to me. They're just little mess pots. They're just little, I just adore them. And I hope to be meeting them someday real soon in real life, and us sit down and, have a drink or whatever. I mean, whatever. Go have some hot dogs or something. But picking on somebody that's quote unquote innocent in this, that's really bad. That's in bad taste, especially kicking somebody when you know they're down. You know what I mean? And kicking them hard, poking fun at them, making fun of them, and doing it in a very insidious way. And again, I'm not talking about JP and Triple M, not them. I'm talking about somebody else on here that really took it in a shitty, shitty way and poked really bad fun at this guy. And it hurt this guy. Okay? And it was done ruthlessly and with malice and with the intent to be mean. Okay? And that really sucks. Okay? That's something I don't like. If you're going to pick on somebody, pick on me. Okay? Pick on somebody that can take it. Okay? I may not dish it out back, but I can damn sure take it. And why can I take it? I understand it. It took me a while, but I got here finally, and I understand it. I understand why people do it. I understand. And the only one I don't understand is the monster. I'll never understand. That is for a group of psychiatrists with this monster behind a sheet of glass. I mean, this person is way out there. I'm not talking about that monster. I'm talking about somebody else that picks on an innocent person. And you might say, well, Debbie, you made fun of Deshaun Porter. No, I didn't make fun of Deshaun Porter. I outed Deshaun Porter for what he is and what he still is. He's a scam artist, and nobody knows that better than me. I was pretty close to Deshaun until I figured out his little game. Give me money, pay my bills, give me money. Let me make up some bullshit that I need college money. Let me make up some bullshit that I need this, I need that. I got when Deshaun Porter asked me for $5,000, I thought, that's it, I'm done. So no, I didn't make fun of Deshaun Porter. I've never made fun of Andy Bong. I've never made fun of anybody like that. I wouldn't do that. It's not in my character to do that. That's cruel. You don't make fun of people that are innocent in a way. Now, on the same hand, I've never really held them to a different measuring stick because I don't think that people with quote-unquote special needs want to be treated special. They want to be treated like the rest of us. But that's not what I'm not talking about that tonight. I'm talking about something else. Let's continue.
And your problems with other people, they had nothing to do with it. It's internet radio, man. And yes, you say you hide behind this whole fucking, you wrap yourself in the American flag of free speech when it suits you as convenient. So you feel the right to go on to every fucking channel that you can and call people pedophiles and call people fucking terrible names and put people's personal information out there. You think you're immune? You think you're immune to this? You think that because all you do is talk about it, that it doesn't affect lives? Say some goody-good comes on to Spreaker and goes on to your show. Say somebody comes on and listens to your show. Well, surprisingly, your show got knocked off. I don't know how, but now you can't find it. But say somebody goes on to YouTube and finds that, because it's still there. I looked. Because you mentioned me by name in that podcast, fucker. You mentioned me by name. So say somebody, some goody-good, goes on there and hears about these people. They go to my show. They find out my information. They give my information to the cops. Then I get a knock on the door from somebody claiming that they're from some organization that is acting in the welfare of my children, who are perfectly healthy and perfectly well and being raised right. If anybody should have someone called on them, it should be you. Because take a look at what you do on the air, on public record. Take a look at what you do on public record that is on the internet, that can be downloaded, that can be utilized against you. And yet you wrap yourself in the fucking American flag of free speech, saying, oh, it's just words. But when you put pictures up, guess what, sunshine? It's not just words. In this day and age, maybe at one time it was just words. Maybe back in the 20s when you were, I don't know, a teenager. But when... This is 2015. This is 2015. And words mean a lot fucking more these days. Words mean a lot more. I'd like to say hello to Brown Eyed Girl in the chat room there. Sorry you've gotten in the middle of this rant, but this episode is called Catharsis. And if you know anything about English or Latin, you know that a catharsis is when somebody expels.
I just love when people define words and teach people things, because just because we're all over 30, 35, 20, whatever you want to call it, we're adults, so to speak, we don't always know everything. I never really knew what catharsis meant. It never occurred to me. Do you know what catharsis means? Hello?
No.
Neither did I. Catharsis. And this... Can you hear that knocking noise?
It's the door.
Do it.
Oh, now. naturally going to do it now.
Anyway, I think it's nice when people do that, like what I did earlier. And I always do definitions and stuff, catharsis. Let me see if I can remember what he said. I think what he said was, it is a feeling that you get when you are watching something sort of traumatic. I think. Let's see what he says.
All of the deep feelings within them, and they go out and they just expel them onto the public. Actually, a catharsis was utilized in theater. When you saw somebody getting killed on the theater, or in the theater, when you saw somebody getting killed or there was a dramatic episode or however it goes, they were... The feeling you had was a catharsis, like when you cry at movies. A movie will touch something inside of you and make you cry. Maybe a past experience or something like that. So that is a catharsis. In this way, I am letting out my issues. And the first issue that I wanted to let out was this, where somebody, I'm having a great 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden, bang, someone accuses me of being associated with pedophiles on Spreaker. And the guy's logic is so fucking stupid. The guy's logic is so fucking stupid. He's like, just because you talk to some people and you may have an avatar that has their name on there, whatever, that you're going to get a phone call or you're going to get a visit.
And I want to talk about another thing that just hit me. Let's pretend that I'm on here doing Debi the bad person. And I'm going to make up a name. We'll say that there's a host on here named Darko. That's sort of like just a made-up name. And I come on my show and I say, Darko, that person is a pedophile. They are horrible. They lie about everything they do. They're this, they're that. And then I say, oh, that was just my character saying that. I don't buy into that crap. That's not a character. That's you. I mean, I think we can all agree that my uncle, he's like my father since the early demise of my own father. His younger brother stepped in, and I think we can all pretty much agree that he knows radio. Okay? He has been in radio for 50 years. Okay? He has created, built, owned, operated 6 stations. Okay? That's a pretty big deal. He actually owned the call signal. One of them I loved, 105.7, The Living End. It had an apple with a bite out of it. This was even before Macintosh came along. KEND, The Living End. And it was at the end of your dial. He owned it. He was the news announcer on there. And then he had different DJs. And just side note, he's been involved in KLBK, KLBK, KSEL, KEND, and KRBL, the Rebel, and KDAV. And he said to me one time, I said, well, I mentioned to him, we were on the phone one time, and I was working part-time with a person in terrestrial radio. We were putting a show together. It was really a fun time. I was on the phone with him, and I had faxed to him the contracts, both contracts. It was the contract it was a 13-week contract, and he looked it over. We were talking on the phone, and I said something about his radio voice. And he said, what do you mean I don't have a radio voice? This is my radio voice. He said, I am on the radio who I am. And that's what I am. I'm not a character. Nor are you. You may use it as an excuse to be what you want to be an asshole, to be rude, to be mean. And if that's the kind of person you are, then fine. I hope you have plenty of Ambien on hand, because you're going to need it to sleep at night. Unless, of course, you have no soul, which then God help you.
It from the cops. Let me make it perfectly clear, fucko. I do not support pedophilia or kid touching or anything like that. In fact, I loathe it. Give me 5 minutes with a pedophile. I dare anyone. And I will show them what pain is, like anybody else would. And you accuse me of being even associated with that shit. You know better. You fucking know better. You know better. You know me better than that. So if I were you, I'd watch what I do. Because you want to call the Spreaker cops into this, well, so can I, and so can the people I associate with. And once they hear what you're doing, yeah, they're not going to like it too much. They don't want that kind of garbage on their platform. And you know, the more I think about it, the more your shit's garbage, man. All you do is spew anger and hatred at people. That's all you fucking do. You don't, and then when it suits you, you put on the cloak of righteousness and you say, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know? Oh, it was just freedom of speech. Just freedom of fucking speech. And that gives you the right to say all sorts of horrible shit about people.
Oh, it was just a character. I don't really feel like this in real life. I don't buy into that. I don't buy it. I mean, if you've got to transform the moment you put your headphones on into a beast, you don't belong in podcasting. Because this person jumped in waist deep into a group of people and he's having a ball. I don't know another person that was prior to the influx from another network of people. I don't know another person that was here previously to that, prior to that, that remains. I mean, he plays in it. It's like he found a new sandbox, a sandbox of hate. And that's all it is. It's just people hating people. It's people being ugly to people. You know, a lot of people think this is funny until somebody hurts themselves. And then you're not going to think it's that funny. You're going to have blood on your hands. And I can promise you this. It won't be me, but if somebody that I love and care for on this network hurts themselves, and I think for 1 minute that somebody on this network had something to do with it, I will be very upset. And I will not take it very well. I can promise you that. I mean, I'm not making any threats. I mean, you can come at me with anything. I don't care what you call me. I don't care what you say about me, because it's bullshit. And I believe that most people on here pretty much know that. They have figured it out. They have figured out that I'm not a person that tries to lure children over state lines. I'm not the kind of person that only hangs out with retards. You can say anything you want about me. I don't care what you say. It used to bother me some. It doesn't bother me the least anymore. But here's what does bother me. When you start picking on people, there's two to three different people right now I know that single out and target my friends. Some of them just do it to be evil and mean to them. Some of them do it in the hopes of getting them to hate me. Let's think about that concept for a minute. Let's think about how stupid and how insidious and how sinister that is. To actually go out and say, I cannot imagine whispering in somebody's ear, oh, no, wait a minute, I saw you over there hanging around with Susie. What about it? Well, she's really a bad person. Really? I don't see that. What do you mean? Oh, she's bad. She lies a lot. You just wait. She's going to weave her magic web on you, and she's going to be mean to you. Well, I think if Susie does that, I think I'll just handle that when it comes. Well, I'm just telling you, she's bad, bad, bad. And then you leave the person perplexed. They're like, I don't see it. What are you talking about? And then they continually hammer on some people until the entire group just stalks them about it until they say, okay, fine, I hate her, there. And then they go beyond, like one guy on this network who is not on here anymore. Well, he's still here, but he runs around hiding under sock accounts. I would love to see on his computer, on his little Spreaker, how many socks this guy's got. There's no telling. And we all know who I'm talking about. So let's see where we're on now. Hold on. Let's see where we are now.
Is that right? That gives you all sorts of fucking rights to do whatever you want. You think because you got one person kicked off this platform that you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way. Words today mean more than they ever have. And I'm not in favor of that. I am in favor of free speech. Anybody should be able to say and do whatever the fuck they please, as long as they're not infringing on other people's rights. And what you do when you come out and you accuse me of associating with these type of people is you are infringing on my rights as a father and a decent human being. What you did on that show is just as bad, if not worse, than that avatar. That avatar can be deleted, but your shows, you're so proud to fucking spew your hatred at everybody. You're so fucking proud. Well, keep going. Keep going. Because there's going to be a day where you run into somebody. You run into somebody who is going to be able to knock you off of that fucking pedestal. It may not be me. It may not be Spreaker. But one of these days, your words are going to be your detriment. I'll be right back.
He's not up on a pedestal. He just acts like he's up on a pedestal, and he's not. And I've tried and tried and tried to understand this and to make sense out of it, but there's no sense to be made out of it. And picking on me is one thing. You can call me, all your stupid little fourth grade names you want. And it's not even making a dent. 3 years ago, you might have made a dent, but you're not even making a dent. And I'm not going to say, oh, I'm thankful that you mentioned my name because it gives me more listeners. Bullshit. I know you're 20 listeners, and most of them listen to my show anyway at some point or another. I know you're constantly accusing me of whatever you say about my play counts. I don't know where you come up with your information. I don't even know how you would do that. I mean, I have no idea what he's talking about with that. Some kind of something. I see a person that is very... If I close my eyes and imagine them, I see them as lonely, sad, and a time in their life when they feel very owned, very, very sad. I mean, it would be hard to wake up every morning to loud young children at this stage in life. It's hard. I can imagine. I can't. Well, I've done it. And, you know, I just see somebody that is taking anger and frustration that they feel in their life, and they're using Spreaker as an outlet, and they're pinpointing people. Well, that's fine. You can pinpoint me all you want. But when you start picking on people that don't know how to take it, that's stepping over the line. And I'm not just talking to one person right now. And I'll be damned if I'm going to sit back and let people that I have on this show get hurt by the bullies, by the likes of some of you people out there. Okay? Talk about me all you want. Hashtag me all you want. Call me every name you want. I don't care. I love what I do here. It's fun. It's a blast. I've always loved it. I waited until my children were grown, and I do it every time. I do it at night when nobody's around. Everybody's all nestled away. Either what they're going to do, they're doing whatever they do. And I come in here by myself and I turn it on and I do it. I've made some serious great friends on here, which I adore and will continue to adore. Even when the people, the monster starts to get one by the leg. It's got a hold of one of them by the leg and it's pulling on them. I still stood firm and knew that in time it would pass. I did, because I thought to myself, evil can never win. And I know people are like, evil? Gosh, Debbie, that sounds so strong. Well, it really is. I mean, it's either good or evil, you know? And it just seems like it never wins. And you just have to sit it out. That's why I've even advised people that are under a brutal attack by people on this stupid network, you know, that is non-policed. I mean, this is the Wild West. Back on Blog Talk Radio, if somebody was being vicious just night after night after night after freaking night after night, you could write in, say, hey, take a listen to this podcast and tell me what you think. And then it was in their hands, okay? Now, I know that Goofy Bone, and I know I mentioned his name, lives and dies and breathes his quote-unquote reason for quote-unquote hating me is that I had him 404'd off of Blog Talk Radio. Debbie, I pushed the button. I sat up in my ivory tower and went, well, let me see. There's that one and that one. Let's do this one. Kill them today. Go. That's what they want you to believe. Well, I can assure you it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. All you do is, there were over 400 complaints made against my show. 350 were the monster. The lies that get told about me are crazy. That I was 404 twice. I wasn't 404 twice. Are you kidding? I mean, the monster's not even worth talking about, because it's a lost cause. It's not even worth discussing. However, getting back to my point is, props to Alan for putting into words what I couldn't put into words. And again, I'm not mentioning any names. Rewind the tape. I've not mentioned one name except for Goofy Bone and Alan. I would love to sometime be a part of Goofy Bone's world again if he would drop this facade of hate. Goofy doesn't hate me. He doesn't. Now, I don't think that everybody likes me. That would be stupid. It would be insidious, not insidious. It'd be crazy to think like that. Oh, everybody likes me. No. Statistics prove that 50% of people don't like you. But that doesn't mean they don't, that does not mean they stop listening to you just because you don't like somebody. Not liking somebody almost makes you more interested in listening to them than liking them does. We are drawn to that which we don't understand. And when you don't like somebody, you really don't understand. You don't even understand why you don't like them. It bothers you. Therefore, you are drawn to it like a moth to a flame. And usually, what I have figured out, if I take 5 of my episodes, add those 5 numbers together, then divide it by 5, I average on a nightly basis on Spreaker. Somewhere here on Spreaker, there's about 150 of you out there that make sure they listen to this episode of my podcast. Either now or within the next 2 to 3 days, it usually trickles in. Sometimes not, but sometimes, most times. And if you look at a room full of about 150 people, that's a nice crowd. That's not even counting the people that are listening off of other platforms. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That sounded funny. So that's really all I have. I just wanted to come on here and say, I think it takes a really bad, and I know some people, well, I want to be bad. Okay, fine. If you want to be bad, be bad. But don't pick on the innocent. Pick on somebody, you know, just like it's your own size. What would it be like if my little grandson, Jet, and everybody knows his name, if I saw a 9-year-old boy over there picking on him and pushing him around? That wouldn't be good, would it? And that's what or let's say you see 2 girls out on the playground. Remember the playground? They're on the playground. They're swinging on the swings. And here comes Lampwick, the bully. And he starts throwing mud balls at them. Mud, whatever you call it, balls of mud. Whatever you call it, just like a whatever. He starts throwing stuff at them and spitting on them. A girl. And over on the other side of the playground, by the soccer fields, there's a group of guys. But he won't go over there. It's always been my experience that a man that picks on women usually had a monster for a mother. And they kind of secretly hate her, And so what they do is it's all about misapplied hate, misapplied anger, usually it's not being able to show your feelings to somebody, usually when you're young, because we were told to shut up all the time. And so when you grow up, you have all this bottled up emotion. And it's always been my experience. I'm not claiming I'm right. I'm just telling you this. I mean, like I've said 1,000 times, unless it's math, where 2 plus 2 is 4, and there's no getting around that, everything else is pretty much a crapshoot. It's all opinion. Your opinion and my opinion. And this is just my opinion. And it's always been my opinion that people who... men who pick on women, you know what I mean? Usually, if you sit down with them for a couple of hours and talk to them, it'll go back to an overbearing mother. A mother that wouldn't let them play sports. A mother that, monitored their girlfriends, and had something to say about all their girlfriends. Just an overbearing, nosy mother who had no life with her own husband, so she had to create this life with her son. And I bet that there's several people out here on Spreaker that have that situation in their past. And denying something is so sad. Just accept it. But if I could ask one thing of this Spreaker people out here, everybody has a right to be here. Everybody has a right to be here. There are certain lines that you don't cross. Okay? And even if you don't create an avatar that's got a child in a pornographic situation, whatever. Spreaker could find out the IP address of who did that, but whatever. Spreaker doesn't give a crap, apparently. And I do know this much, and I'll say this again. I know for a fact, I know 100% fact that Spreaker cares a lot about photos. Because I posted a photo untouched. And she went nuts. Wrote into Spreaker. I got an email. Please take this picture down. Okay. Take it down. And I think that is what they really, really frown on. Now, even if you don't create something, but you post it on your show page, you're just as guilty. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's really all I have to say. You know, everybody has a right to be here. Anybody has a right to be here. You know, people, you know, I'm not trying to sing Kumbaya here, and like I said, I've taken just about as much crap off of people as anybody, if not probably more. And I'm not playing the victim. I'm just being honest here. It doesn't bother me. It used to bother me. Gosh, my nose is itching. It used to bother me, but it doesn't bother me anymore. I like what we do here. We have a blast. I think it's informative at times, funny at times, boring at times, redundant at times, but it is what it is, okay? But what it is it's mine. You have yours, I have mine, okay? And I think the bad guys here are, number one, a monster that runs around lying to people. Oh, you've got to hate her. Why don't they just come on out and just say, hi, I'm a monster, you know, and just say, you need to hate this person or whatever, instead of dancing around the issue. You know what I mean? I mean, I pretty much like everybody on Spreaker. There's really not anybody that I just don't like for any reasons. I mean, people say, well, gosh, how could you let so-and-so on your show again? What? A big deal. Who cares? You know? Oh, well, he called you this. So what? I can take it. Okay? I can handle it. Don't worry about me. What you need to worry about is the people that can't take it and are victims of nothing more than being my friend. And I'm not talking about King Louie. King Louie can handle anything. King Louie's a badass in my vision, in my eyes. And the monster tried her damnedest to get to him, and it backfired on her. So your little game didn't work this time, and I'm sorry for you. If people like the monster would just relax and have some content and stop, you know, clawing and scratching and trying to make everything appear a certain way by photoshopping your pictures and lying about what you do and oh this and oh that and blah, blah, blah. Just don't talk about your personal life on here. If your personal life is that messed up, talk about something else. Don't lie about it. One day, your children are going to listen to these tapes, and they will always be here. And they're going to be scratching their head thinking, why would she say those things? That was the biggest crop of shit, you know? Why would you out and out lie on your own podcast about what you do and who you are and oh, this, that, and the other? Just don't mention it at all. Don't mention your personal life at all. In fact, it's nobody's business if your personal life is fucked up, if you've made some really bad decisions and it's backfired on you. Just don't bring it up. And don't be jealous. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing or who their friends are. And that's another issue before I get off of here. People who bash people for being friends with people that they don't like. I've never seen such junior high behavior in my life. I've never done that. Never. And I never will. Oh, I heard you were listening to Bobby Sue's podcast, so I don't like you anymore. Go away. Some people are so narcissistic that they feel like there's some sort of a queen around here. Like if you go off and listen to this person who I don't like, then it's off with their head. I mean, how junior high can you get? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Excuse my language, I probably shouldn't have said that. But, I mean, if people come and listen to my podcast here, I don't give a crap who you listen to. I could care less. More power to you. And for somebody to sit there and pretend that they're on some sort of an ivory freaking throne, you know, and to you know, smash the heads of people who listen. Can y'all hear me doing that to my hair? It's not only wet, it's in a towel this time. And for you to sit there and berate the people that you see at somebody else's podcast or in their chat room, are you kidding me? And then to go on your own podcast and whine about somebody saying that about you. How messed up is that? Oh, well, they're trying to tell me who I can listen to and who I can't and who I can be friends with. Are you kidding me? That's all you do. That's who you are. And you know who I'm talking to. That's all you do. Berate and belittle and crack the whip at people who come and listen to me. How dare you go listen to her? Well, you're out. Off with their head. Are you kidding me? And then to come on your own podcast, your hidden but downloaded podcast, okay, and say, I cannot believe that they would actually try to tell me who I can be friends with. I can't believe. I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. Think about that, okay? Think about that. That's some pretty messed up shit. Now, before we leave, you know, I always do something in the form of audio, which we all love. No, we don't. Well, then don't listen. I see Floovies. Radio show.
Hey, what's going on?
Why the good mood? Hey, what's going on? Why do I hear me?
Hey.
Hey.
Turn her off.
Turn her off.
Turn her off.
Fucking Jew.
Oh, my God.
I was fixing to play the selected audio tonight was from Mr. Midnight Movie Jewish Producers Show when y'all did the Zimmerman show.
We have that show? You have that show?
Yes, you won't believe. Yes, I couldn't believe it. I found it.
Did you listen to our religious show, Christ Nelson?
I couldn't stand it. I was.
It was great.
It was hysterical. It was hysterical.
The last 20 minutes.
It was so stupid.
Last 20 minutes at least.
With the meowing. Meow. Meow. And you were saying like you were casting like aspersions on it. Go meow. And I knew it was JP making the meow sounds.
But no, there's one sound effect. We actually got a cat meowing, an actual like angry cat.
Oh, I know. It was really there with you?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Oh, no,
want
I heard it was going, meow, meow. I heard it. I listened to every bit. It was really funny.
We're not on the. Are we on the air?
Yes.
Oh my God! I'm a star.
Sorry. I was just fixing to go off the air because I was talking about, I actually addressed some Spreaker drama tonight, if you can believe that, but I'd mentioned no names at all. And it had nothing to do with you guys. And
Well, I want you to check this out while you're talking.
Okay.
Go on.
No, I want to wait. Go.
Okay, here it comes.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
It's a new toy I just got. Here it goes.
What?
Okay, it's my new record player.
You've been garage sailing.
No, this is brand new.
You got a turntable?
Yes.
Oh my God, nothing sounds as good as a turntable. Let me hear
I
it.
know.
Go ahead.
Crystal clear.
I wanna
audio.
hear it.
So nice. You hear those little cracks from the dust?
I love it. Who makes it?
Technica.
Technica. I knew it. I knew you were going to say Tech. Does it bounce up and down when you touch the album? Kind of like doink, doink, doink a little bit. It's got the stabilizer circular thingy. You know, the piece of equipment where you actually put the album on. Does it
So
kind
much
of...
fun.
Oh, man, I'm so
It's
jealous.
It's so easy to coordinate with your computer, and I can record off of it. The main thing is all the new ones now make it so they have. This one has an internal mixer, so I can
No
play
way.
and record.
Shut up. What all albums do you have?
I have probably 2,000 or 3,000 albums, handed down. And
Shut
ones I bought.
up. Are you one of those guys in college that I would go over to their dorm room and they would be, don't touch that, and they meticulously took care of their albums?
No, I was never very. You know what? If I was, I would probably be selling a lot of the out of print old good albums. But
Did you use some of them as frisbees?
Yeah, some of them have writing on them and watermarks and tears, and usually the vinyl's okay, but the album cover's what makes it. The album covers were.
Oh my gosh, yes, with their lyrics on it.
The lyrics and just like a big picture of what you're going to listen to. I mean, it just really makes a difference.
I've heard that Cheech and Chong's rolling paper from the Big Bamboo, is that what it was? Is worth a lot of money nowadays on eBay. I don't know if you remember that, but I don't actually remember it, but I've seen and heard all about those things. I don't have one, but what used to sound so clear was like a Pink Floyd album, or a Led Zeppelin, or something that was just, or like Steely Dan, or you know what I mean? Something that was just really, really well produced. Are we ignoring Mr. Midnight Movie?
Did I put myself on mute? I'm not into vinyl. I had them when I was a kid.
Hey, that's a nice thing to have, though. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. So you bought it new. You didn't get it at the garage sale. That's excellent.
No, this is one thing I wanted brand new.
Okay, let's be quiet and see if we can hear when he puts the needle. Is it one of the ones that you have to actually place the needle on there?
No, it's all automatic nowadays, but yeah, you can hear it.
Let's listen to one. I'm gonna get real quiet while you do it. Who is that? Is that a symphony?
This is a Franz Schubert record.
Love it.
It's
That's
a German
excellent.
philharmonic.
I love the symphony. It's excellent. My Spotify is nothing but Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, all those people. I love it. That's great. What do those run nowadays? About 400, 300?
You could pay anything from probably $50 or $60 for like the real cheap new ones to, you know, anywhere up to probably $300 or $400. This one was right in the middle there, so it's a couple hundred.
What kind of needle does it have on? I know the needle is everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little, I don't know what kind.
Diamond something or other.
Hey, Debbie, what is the most expensive city in Texas to live in?
Houston.
Really?
Probably, yeah. I would say Houston or Dallas.
How about Austin?
Nah, it's beautiful in Austin. My dream is to live in Austin.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, my God. It's gorgeous. It's in the hill country. It's beautiful.
What's the weather like up there?
Perfect. Beautiful. We're
Is it
already
really
having...
hot?
Yeah, we're already having our summer. I got sunburned today out running and jogging. I got sunburn on my shoulders. It felt good. Yeah.
Now, it's good vitamin D.
It gets brutal. It gets brutal through June, July, and August, and early September. I mean, you will just die, but
Even in Austin?
not as bad as the inner. I say the inner city. Not as bad as the big cities where it's all pavement and buildings and stuff. It's so beautiful there. It's just gorgeous. It's nothing but rolling hills of green, lakes, golf courses, pretty houses. The University of Texas, the river runs through it. Wasn't it a movie?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Now, so in case me and Jewish producer wanted to escape to a Texas town to own guns because our white guilt movement, a lot of blacks want to kill us now. Would it be better if we lived in Austin?
Absolutely.
How expensive is it though? Like for a house?
You can get a mansion for $2 billion, 200,000. You can get a mansion.
Really?
Oh yes, absolutely.
You can't do that. You can't do that in Dallas, though.
It's not no, not like in Austin. I mean, everything in Austin is. It just makes me have goosebumps to think about Austin. It's
Why
so
is
beautiful.
Austin so much cheaper than Dallas?
I don't know why. It's just, and also you're closer to the coast, the third coast. You know, the Gulf of Mexico. Have you ever been to the Gulf of Mexico?
No.
Sure. Oh,
You
yeah.
have? Yeah, it's not white sandy beaches and crystal blue water. It's got the kind of sand that's so fine that it stirs up and the water's kind of murky, but it's still pretty. And the people are so friendly in Austin. It's amazing. Everybody waves at you. It's just wonderful. I can't say enough about it.
Now, I heard that Austin is the most liberal state in Texas. The city in Texas.
You better believe it. It is 6th Street. When you walk down 6th Street, you better have an open mind because you're going to see men arm in arm. You're going to see, there's thousands and thousands of different kinds of beer walking up and down. That's why you get so drunk on 6th Street is because you want to try all these beers, Jewish producer.
So basically, Austin is Texas San Francisco.
Yes, that's perfectly put. Texas is San Francisco. See what I mean? How the weather is between San Francisco and, say, L.A.?
Now, how would my no white guilt movement, because they're also pretty, because it is Texas, so there might be like some libertarian free thinkers there. How would my white guilt movie go over in there? I
think a lot of people would listen to it and not be very judgmental because I think that they would really take the time to listen to it. Because Austin is also, how would you say, Jewish producer knows how to put things in words. How would you put it to where they're real? It's like the millennium hippie is there. You know what I mean?
Well, you're not talking about hipsters, though.
No, you see a lot of Birkenstocks and a lot of comfortable people, but they have class. They're not trashy kind of people. Do you know what I'm saying?
I guess the new yuppies, maybe. I don't know.
Exactly. My aunt and uncle just moved there to retire, and they're only in their late 50s, early 60s, but I'm so freaking jealous. They just bought a older home, and they have some gorgeous older homes. I mean, I just can't say enough. And as far as townhomes and apartments, it's crazy there. It's beautiful. Lakeway is amazing. Look up Lakeway sometime on your Google. Look up Lakeway. It's a part of Austin that is just dreamy. And the golf courses are insane.
So we go down there dressed up and do our thing with a loudspeaker PA system and just start ranting about white guilt.
I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, to get like a pickup truck, and have a big speaker on top of it and just would have him on a platform on the back, kind of like back in the 60s.
And we'd have different speakers and stuff, and different talkers, and people could go boo. And
Exactly.
and boo.
Throw eggs at us and tomatoes. Not us, but throw things at you, and you could have different sandwich signs on the side of the truck.
And you can go, "Bye, guys, behave."
Exactly. Taking the mic and going, "Ee." I'm going, excuse these guys. They didn't really mean that. Y'all are fine. I'm joking.
So what movie hey, I heard you were playing a movie yesterday at the last end of your show.
You and I haven't heard about this. It's called Unfriended.
That's what I did to one of my family members today.
Yeah.
I unfriended him. Now he's upset because I got him a job, and now he wants to come over with his son.
Is this the skits?
No, he might be.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen a movie. Lester and I watched the trailer together through Skype when I did a share screen, and even he went, fuck. Because it looks pretty rough. And you know what it's about? It's about Skype. I swear to...
Right at you. Oh,
no, I swear to God. Let me show you the trailer. Let me show you what. Let me find the trailer. It's called... And guess what? There's a real story of Unfriended. I never knew that. You're going, what?
You know what? I was chewing gum the whole time, and nobody said anything, and I didn't even know I was chewing gum.
Okay, watch. Here, I found it. Okay, let me go back to Skype and share the screen. I have to do this at work. I did this all day yesterday with one of my bosses, one of my attorneys. Share your screen, please. I'm like, okay.
Did you show the scary movie?
No, I have to show him my work. Okay, watch this. Watch. Get ready. Here it is. Did you hear the Skype thing go doink? That wasn't Skype. That was on the show. It's about Skype. Watch.
You want to take some pictures? Post it. I need another drink.
Dude, look.
Laura.
What are you guys doing?
Did you guys buy your tickets 2 weeks ago like I asked you?
No.
Which seats are better, balcony or orchestra?
Hey, Mitch, who's your buddy?
Who is that?
I just tried to hang up on him.
Can we get rid of this person?
I don't know. Was this here the whole time?
It's just probably a glitch.
Well, the glitch just typed.
Who is doing this? This is Laura's account. Who would hack into a dead girl's account?
Maybe it's Laura.
All right, everyone, hands up right now. Who's doing this?
I saw this.
Oh my god.
Guys, seriously, who posted the video?
It wasn't me.
Well, one of us did.
Who's here?
Lock the door! Lock your door! Just hide! Why are you showing this? I didn't mean it! I swear it! Oh, you swear?
Man, what's going on?
What is it? Hey, talk to us! What happened?
I'm signing off.
No, he'll kill you!
I have a gun, you hear me?
Why is he counting down?
Ta-da!
It's gonna be fun.
Spooky, huh? What do you think?
You know what?
What?
I don't know. It
It could tank. I mean, I was looking forward to what was the other one?
Well, to be honest with you, Debbie, it didn't look like it cost a lot of money. Now, and it could be great. You never know, because we all saw the preview for Exodus Gods.
That's what I was thinking, and I thought it was going to be bingo.
When reviews come out like that, because I've had experiences with movies, and you should listen to me, Debbie.
I've learned to listen to you,
but
dear.
You love now. But Unbroken didn't get nearly the bad reviews that. But Unbroken got mediocre reviews. But you loved Unbroken.
I loved Unbroken, but you know something that really shocked everybody, I think, and Jewish Producer, I'm so excited about your turntable, I swear to God. It's the movie about the sniper. What was it called?
American Sniper.
We didn't make any big deal about that, and that was really good. Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh, you need to see that, JP. It's on.
Did you kind of get teary-eyed at the end, Debbie?
American Sniper? No. But I saw a movie the other night, guys, that made me cry at the end. And I remember at the time that I was crying, I thought, I've got to remember to tell these guys about this. And I don't remember what it was.
It wasn't the Oxbow incident, because you never saw that.
I saw Monster for the first time, and it was amazing. It was unbelievable. We talked about that on my show last night. I kind of had a show about movies. What was that goddamn movie I watched that I thought, why is this upsetting me so much?
No, who's in it? Come on, let's guess.
I can't remember. It'll hit me in a minute, but I distinctly remember.
Is there a rape scene in it?
Is there a rape scene? There's a rape scene in Mobster. A Monster.
Monster, yes, there is.
Have you seen it, JP? Did we lose him?
What, Monster?
Monster?
Yeah.
About the female serial killer? Yeah. She looked really different. Boy, did her head and everything, you know. She looked like...
Reed's in there, too. She was pretty good.
I could not believe that they transformed the woman of my dreams, which is Charlize Theron, into that horrible makeup thing. She looked great. She won the Academy Award.
Yeah. Debbie, are you going to... Cause speaking of Charlize Theron, she's going to be in a film that I think is going to be... I don't want to say that... I don't think it's going to be the biggest moneymaker of this year, but I think it's going to be a really surprise hit, and it looks excellent, which is Mad Max.
I'm not looking too forward to it.
Mad
but
Max?
It might be great. You know what movie I just saw yesterday, 2 days ago? Was Lucy.
Loved it. Weird, but I loved it.
Really good movie. That's one of my... Honestly, one of my favorite sci-fi films of all time.
I told you that, Mr. Midnight Movie. Remember the night I said I saw Lucy and you're like,
They got bad reviews.
It's pretty good. I liked it. It's really...
Rotten Tomatoes.
Can be rotten sometimes.
You know what? This proves Rotten Tomatoes is not always right. It was a really entertaining, well-made movie. Entertaining from start to finish, and that's what I look for. That movie was great.
I had to watch it twice to understand it.
And probably one of my top 10, and I'm seriously, I'm not exaggerating here, one of my top 10 female protagonists ever in a film.
You didn't think? You mean her voice didn't get on your nerves like this? Her voice didn't bother you? Okay.
I liked when she started getting all robotic on me. I thought it was sexy.
I didn't see it. My favorite film with her in it, though, is The Man Who Wasn't There. What the hell was her name? Who was the lead in that film?
Man Who Wasn't There. I don't know.
No, who was the lead in Lucy?
What's her name?
Well, her.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, yes.
She played a fairly big role in The Man Who Wasn't There, which is great.
Never heard of it. Has anybody seen Ted 2?
No, it's not out yet, and I cannot stand, by the way, I'm not a fan of what the hell.
You mean it's not DVD yet?
Oh, it's not? I didn't know that. Unfriended trailer in real life parody. Yeah, we were watching that. That was pretty funny.
It might be a big sleeper hit. It might be.
There's that movie you were talking about, Mr. Midnight Movie, San Andreas. About the earthquakes or something, remember?
Yeah.
And did you ever see
the original movie Earthquake, Debbie?
I did not.
With Charlton Heston?
I did not.
I enjoyed it.
I did not.
I'm not
see
going to
it.
lie. I thought it was an enjoyable movie.
What is Ant-Man?
He's a superhero, Marvel Comics superhero.
Played by Paul Rudd?
Mm-hmm.
We've never seen this. How come? Spy with that funny lady, Melissa McCarthy, that overweight lady that's funny.
I don't consider her funny.
I think there's times when she's funny. What is Ant-Man? What is this?
Mr. Midnight Movie got caught at an all-you-can-eat bar buffet with her, and he hasn't liked her.
And
You really did? You really, really did?
She took the last shrimp. Yes, I cannot. You know what? She reminds me of my cousin, who's also obese. And actually, I never hit her, but she poked me in the chest one time to lecture me.
That's so dehumanizing.
Listen to me, Mr. Midnight Movie.
Yeah, and I was like...
Why didn't you give her the old 1-2, the old left hook?
I've never hit a woman. You know, as a grown man, I've never hit a woman in my life. But...
Notice he prefaces that with as a grown man.
Well, as a kid, come on, Debbie. Who didn't as a kid?
My brother kicked my ass.
Did you deserve it?
Probably. Well,
did he ever take
No, he was fucking Bruce Lee with nunchucks, bitch. Can we talk?
Yeah. Did he ever take dirt and grass and just put it in your face?
No, he never would tackle me or anything. But what he would do is when I would come in late from a date, because he never had dates, he would nunchuck me, because he would be asleep and think that I was an intruder coming in the house. I'd be like, "Fuck you! You knew it was me." You know what I mean? This Ant-Man looks kind of.
He would nunchuck you?
Yeah, he did twice. Swear to God, got his ass kicked by my dad. Not physically, but my dad took his nunchucks away. He made them out in the garage. He put a chain in between two. He sanded these pieces of wood. Yeah, he did.
I had nunchucks too.
Jerk. Who is this man with Paul Rudd?
Me with my nunchucks.
Nunchucks. Avengers, the Age of Ultron sneak peek. New Avengers movie. Did you know that there was a new Avengers?
Of course. We watched it, Debbie.
I don't remember.
Have you taken your pill?
Yes. I took it this afternoon. Thank God.
Okay. Did you make me some sugar-free cookies?
I did. They're in the kitchen, Angel.
I got really upset today. I lost my stoic calm. Wait.
Did you know I'm finding myself in real life going stoic calm?
You know what? I didn't have it with this person.
What did you do?
Let me see if I can read what I said to him.
Oh, is it on YouTube?
No. Let me see here.
You want me to read that text?
Why don't you read that text? Read the text. Go ahead.
All right. So this is Mr. Midnight Movie to said person. I don't want love from an egocentric scumbag like you. You really blew it with me. I'm done with you. And
hello?
And what? JP?
JP, hello? I said I'm done with you and your shitty behavior. Goodbye.
Yay! Whoever it was, you deserved it. No.
And now this person
is kissing your ass.
Now he wants to bring his kid over to say, because I'm part of, well, I don't want to get too far into it, but
right.
But he,
He gave him a loan, and he wants his money back because of his dumb behavior. Yeah. And as repayment, he's bringing his kid to his house to have Mr. Midnight Movie explain why his kid cannot not get the toys he was expecting to get.
Oh, my God. That is dirty pull.
Yeah. Fuck him. And I want to say, you know what? Have Mommy take the kid for a while, because I'm going to beat the shit out of Daddy.
How old is the child?
The child's 4 years old.
He'll never remember it. Just say what you got to say.
Yeah.
I mean, let the chips fall, right? I've had people pull rank on me like that in my own little family here. Wink, wink.
Yep.
With a child.
What about our son? I got my son here. Now you say what you said in front of my son.
Go ahead and tell him why Daddy won't be able to buy you Easter presents from the Easter Bunny.
Because your dad is a low-life scumbag.
And won't pay his fucking debts.
Won't pay his debts, can't keep a job, is obnoxious, is an egocentric punk, and I'm not bailing him out anymore.
And Uncle Mr. Midnight Movie's gonna kick his ass.
That's right, you loser!
You know, every time I think about kick his ass, I think about that adorable little video that went viral that looks exactly like my little girl Heather when she was 3. It's called I'm Gonna Kick His Ass. Watch this. This looks just like Heather when she was a little girl. Oh, I have it muted.
If he came here.
I said I'm going to kick his ass.
Oh. That's not nice.
If he's going to come in here, he's going to kick my ass.
He will?
Yeah. He'll come out in the movie. He will come out and kick my ass.
Heather used to think that things could come out of movies when she was about 3 years old, and I think this little girl's about 3, and she's going, I'm going to kick his ass, because if not, he's going to kick my ass. He's going to come out of the movie. And one time when we used to watch Dumbo, the movie Dumbo, every time the big elephants came on the screen, and Heather would run and hide behind the couch, and we have video of it. I was like, got to catch this on video. And we put it on, and she intentionally ran behind the couch and hid and peeked around the couch at the Dumbo. And that's what this little girl reminds me of.
Okay.
And I can kick his ass.
Okay. But that
Isn't she cute? I know you love children, Mr. Midnight Movie. I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah, you know what I notice is a lot of people with kids, I think that they have a lot of germs, and you get more sick when you have kids around you.
And another one that went viral is Blood. This is funny. Do y'all remember Blood? He's got ketchup on him, the baby. Watch what happens.
Daddy! Daddy!
What, baby?
Blood!
What?
Blood! Dad!
What?
Baby did.
Baby's got what?
Blood!
What does he have?
Are these illegal aliens?
Where?
Blood!
Don't you want me to come over and bring a bunch of those kids? I don't either. I can't stand other people's kids. I can't stand them.
Oh my God. Mommy, shut up!
Shut the fuck up, you little...
Get out of the movie theater!
Charlie bit my finger. Remember Charlie? Charlie!
Charlie.
Charlie's a little asshole. I'm joking.
He stuck his finger in there. He bit me.
Oh my God. The funniest one I've ever seen of a baby is the one where the lady sneezes and the baby gets scared. It's called Baby Afraid. No, Mommy's...
How about ones of cats?
Oh, I love the talking cats. Oh, fuck you. I know why you're saying that.
But have you ever seen Vine's cats?
Yes. I love the talking cats. That went viral. Remember the talking cats? This is Chris's. This is Chris's 2 cats talking.
Hey,
Listen.
what? I've seen this.
Shh.
Huh. Ass.
But there were other problems.
What? Never mind. You don't listen.
Oh, that must be the background on the video.
Since when? Since always.
We don't usually decorate for Halloween.
Someone's coming.
This much.
Act like a cat.
Yeah, I'll have him down in the gym.
I like when the one goes, meow.
Dog wants kitty.
Meow.
Let's see, dog wants kitty.
Look at these 2 cats squaring off here. Listen.
Okay. Let's get this straight. The garden and the driveway. Mine. Got it? Remember, if I spray, you stay away.
I love a cat fight.
That's good. Now, let's see if you've been paying attention. If I spray.
Stay away.
Come on. You can do better than that. If I spray.
I stay away.
What? What?
Stay away.
Good. Well, then. Now we got that out of the way. How are the wives?
That's so fucking
I want to see how it ends.
Okay, me too. Oh, I guess that was it.
That sucks. I wanted to see them go at it. They were going to go at it. I know it.
Yeah, they should have done that. You know, the funniest talking dog that went viral is this one right here. It's 167 million views.
You know, I just couldn't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, you know, I went to the fridge and I opened up the meat drawer. You know what the meat drawer is, right?
Yeah. What was in there?
Well, I'll tell you what was in there. You know that bacon that's like maple? It's got maple flavor.
The maple kind, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I took that out and I thought,
Yeah.
I know who would like that. Me. So I ate it.
Oh, no. You're kidding me.
He looks just like he goes, "You're kidding me."
There is a great one, and it has this with kittens and cats that with the Hawaii 5-0 over the background. That was hysterical.
Was it Hawaii 5-0 cats? I've never seen that. We love these. Hawaii 5-0 cats. I wonder if it's listed like this. No, I don't see it. Damn.
Or just put cats. I think it'll have that, you know.
You know, the original cat was, what was it, Jewish producer? Keyboard Kitty, right?
Yes.
Meow, meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
JP goes, yes.
Meow, meow, meow.
Hawaii 5.0.
Has Chris Nelson unblocked you from Skype, Debbie?
He unblocked me from Skype. He said he didn't remember doing it, but he got mad and blocked me. He unblocked me, and he's taking a leave of absence, so to speak, from Spreaker. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Well, look, Hawaii 5-0. Oh, there's a cat. Look.
Let's see.
Is that it?
Let's take a lookie.
Does this look like it?
Nah, you know, I think it was just cat. Type in your search engine cats.
Oh, man, the whole internet is made of cats. It is.
YouTube, let's see here.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Cats and babies.
Oh, this is some good shit.
Let's see.
Man turns his house into indoor cat playground. Funny cats annoying their owners.
Let's see. How about this one? Vines. Have you seen that one?
Which one? Is it on here right now?
Go down.
What cats do at night?
No, just go down.
Oh, best cat vines.
There we go.
Oh, this is going to be some good shit. Ultimate cat vines for 2015.
Let's see it. I can't see it. Have you seen this before?
No.
Really?
Cats are so fucking stupid.
I think I'm going to buy some Crocs.
Trying to get rid of these fucking boxes. Oh, you piece of fucking shit. Look what I did. I'm so stupid. They've got these boxes on here for... There's one. There's one, and...
There we go.
Cooking with your Asian friend.
Hello, and we're back.
Before cooking your meat, it's important that you...
Breathing
No,
He was going to put the cat in the microwave. Oh, that's a windshield wiper on a car. Oh, that's so sad.
Exactly. I mean, they have been doing that all morning.
I admit he was built like a brute too. You're trying to expect that like Biff mentality from him.
Oh, look at
Who is that girl I see? Back at me.
Mr. Midnight Movie, have you ever seen Yelling at Cats?
No.
Jewish producer, have you ever seen, I know you have, Yelling at Cats?
Yeah, I love it.
Jude, Mr. Midnight Movie, you've got to see Yelling at Cats.
Let's see this.
Okay, you ready? I want to get the original Yelling at Cats. Okay, I think it was that second one up there. Okay, here we go. I got to put Yelling at Cats. Yelling at Cats. Here we go.
Sees.
No, just watch.
Get the fuck down! Fucking jump! Jump! Get the fuck down from there!
What?
Fucking jump! Jump! Do it, you bitch! Do it! Jump! Yeah!
Aww.
Do it! You fucking pussy!
It's so scared.
Jump!
Look at me. Look at me. Up here. Up here.
Watch. Watch, he yells at it again.
What the fuck are you looking at? Don't fucking run away from me! I'll end you! Where'd you fucking go? You son of a bitch! Fuck!
He found it.
Don't fucking go in my closet!
Isn't it stupid? Isn't it dumb? He just yells at the cats.
Did you ever yell at a cat like that?
No, of course not. Stephen did it one time just to be funny. He was yelling at his cat, Shaniqua. He has a black cat named Shaniqua. He was screaming at Shaniqua. He goes, "What are you doing? You
I
fucking
had a
idiot."
girlfriend whose dad had a cat named Motown. Black cat. What the fuck was I going to say?
Have you seen Tourette's guy?
Hey, can we see? Because I heard Mr. Solution used to kill gophers.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that.
What?
I don't know. I just don't want to think about that. But you know what Victor told me today? He
See a
says,
video of people killing gophers?
no. He said to me, Debbie, do you remember the polite little gophers on the cartoons a long time ago? He said, that reminds me of Mr. Midnight Movie and Mr. Solution. It's called, I just typed in, I found it by putting in polite gophers Looney Tunes. Watch, listen. Okay, here they are. Look, they're called, oh, indubitably, thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Yes, thank you. No, absolutely
Are they
not.
gophers or are they squirrels?
I don't know. They're just little things.
Oh, Mac? Yes, chum? Could you please pass me the cream for my cup of tea? I would be delighted. Thank you. Not at all. Thank you for your...
You know what we should do is we should take one of these and take all the audio out and have it going. Oh, do you live over at Mr. Solution's house? Yes, I do. Did you know he poisoned my family last night? Oh, he did. Yes, it was absolutely terrible. My wife and children are all dead. They're over there shaking. Some of them are still twitching. Oh, that's horrible. Yes.
No, also sometimes you'd wait till they come out and you'd club them on the head.
Oh, my God.
What?
Are you serious? You're lying. Don't tell me those things.
What? Didn't you ever... Do you remember when you used to play those games? Like you used to play that... They had it in the arcade game where you used to like...
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, my God, that's horrible. What was that called? Knock-a-mole or punch-a-mole, hit-a-mole?
Yeah, you got to kill them because they're like, they're making holes everywhere, Debbie. Right?
Well, and then Lester gets on his bandstand. He's like, oh, look at this. Whack a cat mole. It's a real one. Look. That's horrible.
Well, you're going to put on a real one? Where they, like, whack-a-mole?
Yeah, I'm real sure that I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch somebody kill a little a little.
So you've never seen like baby seal clubbing?
Are you kidding? Oh my God! I hate you. Shut up. That's horrible.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
It is. It's so. Let's
And the
don't
thing
even
is,
go there.
they're so trusting. They come right up to him because they call him.
Look at this, catching moles by hand. Is this what he's talking about? Moles? He's talking about moles like these? Is this a mole?
He might get bit.
Well, I'm back here again. Mark, I missed another mole. And it doesn't happen too often where I actually see the mole and miss it. The last time...
Is he going to whack it?
Whack it.
No fucking way. I can't watch that. I can't. Mr. Solution is going to give him poison.
Now that's not that bad. Giving him actually, and sometimes the groundskeepers that I used to work with, they used to like blow him up.
Oh my God, that is horrible. Look at this. How to get rid of moles? What is do it yourself? How to get rid of moles? Moles tearing up let them choke on chewing gum.
The moles are back, and here's what.
Let them choke on chewing gum, run from repellent, find a famine, get a noose around their necks, and skedaddle to the neighbor's newly installed lawn.
What you can do to get rid of them once and for all. First, you take your finger and you dig down until you feel the mole tunnel down there. Then what you want to do is take a piece of fruity flavored gum and you bust it up in nice little bite-sized chunks. And the moles are supposed to think those are grubs, and that's what they like to eat. Drop a few in their hole, and then we'll just close it right up.
And then what happens to them?
Then we'll go right down the line, a little bit farther here. And we'll dig our finger in there again until you feel the hole. And in this...
I bet they're cute.
Because I won't finesse myself.
What did he say?
Who is that old fart? What did he say?
Think like that terrible? Whatever possible.
Bill Murray in Caddyshack.
Remember that movie?
Funny movie.
I got to crawl around for a few days. Who is the gopher's ally? The friendly rabbit. I'm going to use this.
That's right. In Caddyshack, he has to get rid of them on the golf course, doesn't he?
He blows them all up.
Blowed them up good. Anyway, guys, I gotta go in and go to bed. And
No, you were going to say you're going to go take a poopy.
No, I have to go to bed.
Are they cute? Are moles cute? What do they look like? Little. Oh my God. They actually.
I want to see him whack him.
My daughter would have an absolute real heart attack. She would actually have a heart attack.
What?
I can't watch that. That's. I just can't. What do they look like? Are they cute little critters or what? I mean.
Is he gonna stab it?
I don't know. I can't wait. I just can't see something like. Well, look at. Oh, they have little funny noses. Look at them. Oh, they're weird looking. Look at their little hands. That's a mole? I thought he said they were gophers. Is a gopher... What is that? Are gophers moles?
Are you telling me you don't want to kill something that looks like that? Come on.
Honestly, I couldn't kill anything. I just have a problem with it. I really do.
Look at that face. Look, it looks mean. Kill it.
What's it going to do to you? What do they do? What is this little weird thing on them? Is that
a mole? Is that a bite? Is that a gopher bite?
No, that's a mole, dear. Get it? A mole.
Kill him.
A gopher bite. A gopher bite. You're so cute.
Oh my God! Why did they have a kid with gopher bites on his face?
What are these little things in these little? They look like predator. What is that?
What is that thing? Oh
a star-nosed mole. Oh my God, that is bizarre looking.
You gotta kill it, Debbie. Now don't tell me you wouldn't kill that.
That looks like predator.
Oh, I'd murder it.
It does. It looks like predator. These are probably dead baby moles or some shit like that. Oh God, that's terrible. What is this? They eat moles? Are you kidding me? Look at that. That's a dish they're gonna serve. Look, its head's there. Oh, this is so disgusting. Well, I don't know. Here's one. No, this is like, that's a blind mole rats can see. Do they look like that with those big teeth in the front? Like Puscatony Phil, remember? No?
Yeah, God.
Well.
And you got a problem with killing one of those?
I just can't kill anything. I really can't. I just can't. I don't know why. I just think it's sad or something.
No, you killed insects before, though, right?
Not really. I mean, the other day when I was mowing, I found myself going around ant piles. Mr. Solution made the biggest deal out of me mowing the lawn.
Because...
What?
I mean, I killed a possum because I don't know, it frightened me, and then I went up and I whacked it a couple of times with a baseball bat. I thought it was going to attack me.
Wow. I heard a podcast the other day, and I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody on Spreaker talking about how, I know who it was now, talking about, it was Aussie Andrew saying that he beat 2 dogs to death. I couldn't believe he said that. It was pretty wicked. Well, thank you for showing me your wonderful, I mean, you didn't show me, but your beautiful Technica turntable. And I should get mine out sometime, but I love the sound of that. I love the sound that the album makes right when you put it on, and it goes like that crispy kind of a clicking sound. Oh, look at these. I just have the old basic turntable that I got one time for Christmas from Victor. But it bounces up and down. This part right here, it's got like little bouncy things in it. Which one's yours? Is yours like just like this, just a plain turntable like that, or what? Did we lose JP?
I don't know. JP, are you there?
Look at this thing, Mr. Midnight Movie. Y'all look at that. What is that? Look at that thing. It's an Audio Technica. That's wicked looking. I'm jealous. I wish I had one to play with. I would get off the air and just play albums. And you've got how many albums? Oh my God.
I've got thousands, but yeah, one of those up there is the one I have, or it looks like it at least. The one that says Audio Technica on the spin.
Right here?
No, that one was, I think, like a level up.
Does it have the little top on it and stuff?
Yeah, it's got a little felt.
Did y'all ever wake up from a party and have a beer going around and around and around on the turntable? It was so, you had such a wild party.
It's great.
You know, I was so into food.
So into food.
When parties like that came around, I was like really disappointed. Like, oh fuck, dude, I miss the parties with cake.
Shut up.
No, I'm fucking
Wait,
serious.
look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He's going to do the unboxing.
You know, I also
So I
one
just went
time
in,
brought my
picked it up.
porn
So here-
to a party, and they called me fucking sick.
Did you? I mean, were there girls there?
Yeah, and they go, oh, okay, hey guys, you want to watch the porn? I was like 16, and I put the shit in, and it was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And it was some real nasty shit too.
That's the one you have, by the way, Debbie. I have the LP 120. Yeah.
Here it is. This is about as close as you can get to a clone of the Technics SL1200.
This guy sounds like a
only
serial
about
killer.
a third of the price. Fancy tone arm. It's a real professional grade tone arm setup. Nothing cheap.
Boy, be glad you don't have little brats around the house that are going like and getting it all sticky and nasty.
Think about it. You get an S-shaped tone arm for better tracking, and I can tell right away when I was playing some LPs that the inner groove distortion is much less. Here's the reverse playback.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
It's probably not good to do.
Are you still next to it?
Yeah.
I want to hear it play reverse before you go. Can you do it? Okay.
I haven't done the reverse yet. Let me see. not playing the reverse right now. I don't know why. There's not something I'm not
He says you have to push this little button right here. Look, that's what he just said. What? He said.
Oh, it's spinning, but it does. Here's
See?
the reverse.
Right there. Did you see him push that little button right there?
I'm ready to collapse.
All right. Good night, Precious.
All right. Good night, Debbie.
I still want to hear. I bet if he hangs up, it hangs all of you up.
It is. It's going to hang up.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll just think about it. Good night, my sweet prince. And it did. It ended up both of them. Oh, no. No. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw a thing that said, do you have voles or moles? VOLES. Aww. Killing the voles. I cannot believe, I never knew about this. With the way I have my microphone set up, you know how when you're going like this and you've got your elbow on the table and your hand is up here and you're resting your chin on your hand. That's what I'm doing, and it makes me right next to the microphone. Oh, this is so sad. Super voles, insane vole. How to get rid of voles. How to trap voles and moles. I'm going to kill Mr. Midnight, Mr. Solution if he kills moles. You know, I took the kids one time to New Mexico. We were going through New Mexico on our way to Colorado to go skiing with them, and they were very, very young. And we had rented a mobile home. Not a mobile home. Yeah, what do you call it? A Winnebago. We had rented a Winnebago. And I had packed it I got little lawn chairs for the babies, and I got all this stuff. And you know me, just mommy of the year. I'm back there, like in the long trailer. I'm back there, cooking and singing. And it was one of the ones where Victor actually drives it. And then you can go up and sit down next to Vic when the kids are asleep. And we had a TV, and they would sleep on the bunk bed that was up over the drivers and everything. Well, we were driving through, and we came up to a part of New Mexico called Cloudcroft, and it had a place that was called Prairie Dog Park. And we got in there and we talked to the people, and we parked the mobile home the Winnebago for a while, and the children got out about 20, 30 yards away from us, and they had their little lawn chairs sitting. And we've got this on video somewhere in the archives way back in the boxes. But they're sitting in these two chairs, because my kids were like twins, sitting in these chairs. And I'm talking they were little bitty. They were like 4 and 2. And I looked out there, and on video you can hear me say, "What are y'all doing, babies?" And they said, "We're waiting on the little doggies." They thought that when we said prairie dogs, that they were dogs, little bitty dogs. And anyway, that's so much for that story, but I thought it was cute. And they're sitting there just waiting, just tick-tock, tick-tock. And, of course, the prairie dogs will only come out, I think, at dusk or something like that. And one time we were in Austin. That reminds me of another little story. We were in Austin staying at the Four Seasons. And the Four Seasons sits right on the river. And it's right next to this thing there's this bridge that goes over the river, okay? And over to your right is the University of Texas back behind you, over to your right. And there's a bridge. Well, excuse me, underneath this bridge hangs thousands upon thousands upon thousands of bats. And every night after the sun sets, I sound like Lester. Hold on. Every night after the sun sets, here's what I do when I put you on hold. Anyway. Every night when the sun sets, the bats come out, and they fly, but they fly all together, and they make like this beehive-looking thing up in the sky. And then the beehive, this big thing of bats, flies to the south, and then it's gone, but it's really cool, and we have that on video too. I think it's called like the Austin Bat Flight, because we actually had T-shirts, because we're so stupid, that said we saw the Austin Bat Flight, but it was kind of neat. If you ever go to Austin, you should do that. It's really cool. And of course, if you're in the summer, go down the river on inner tubes. That's an absolute blast. You start up at the high end, and they give you a inner tube, and you need to get an extra one for your beer. You put it in in a cooler. You get beer, and you have to drink Lone Star beer, and you all get in your inner tube, and you tie them together, and you go down the river, and it's a blast. It's fast too. There's times when you go over rapids a little bit, and then there's times you go kind of slow, and then you can get out and you can get back in, and it's really funny, but it's fun to do. And that's really even cooler in a place called New Braunfels. They have a river there that goes right through the University of Southwest Texas State University. A girlfriend of mine went there, and I would go visit her. And you can go down the river. Also, you can go over and walk around downtown by the University of Texas, and you can see where the guy went up in the tower and shot all those people that time. It's kind of eerie, but it's kind of neat. They have a whole thing that tells the story. There was some freak that went up in the tower back in the 60s and just began sniping people. I don't remember how many people he killed or why he did it or who he was. I think he was like some vet from the Army, but he just had a sniper rifle up there just picking people off. As a matter of fact, now it's got my interest stirred. Let me see how many people he killed. It was in the Austin Sniper. Yeah, the Austin Tower. And he just went up there and just started picking people off. And it was his name was, what was it? I don't see it. Wait a minute. I know what I did wrong. I put in Austin Sniper. It's the Austin Tower Sniper. And he just goes up there one day in the clock tower in 1966. Listen to this. It's 2 minutes long. It says Charles Joseph Whitman was a student at the University of Texas at Austin and a former Marine who killed 16 people and wounded 32 others during a shooting rampage in the clock tower. But I want to tell y'all something else to watch that I watched last night. Go to YouTube and type in the words Unfriended. And it's not the movie. There's a real story it's called Unfriended. And it was by far the creepiest thing I'd ever seen. And I won't tell you what happens, but it's the story. I'll just tell you the story. It's the story of 3 girls who are friends. And then what happens is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Charles Whitman sniper coverage. This is 1 minute and 50 seconds long. Let's see what this says.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is a KLRN News Bulletin. Once again, a sniper has taken up a position on the observation deck, on the tower, on the main building, on the campus of the University of Texas, and is firing with his high-powered rifle at people on the campus.
As the tower's chimes sounded out the noon hour, the city of Austin began to witness the siege live on television. The public broadcasting station, KLRN.
Now, this is going to sound really shitty, but how would he have killed 16 and murdered 16 and wounded 32? Wouldn't everybody after the first shot got off the streets? That sounds really kind of crappy, but you know what I mean? I don't get it.
By airing the sniper attacks live on television.
There he is, right in that hole.
What he was doing was so preposterous, no one could actually believe it was taking place. The program director figured that what we had was the possibility of a close-up view from our rear studio, because it was on Intercampus Drive. It was virtually across the driveway from the first ground level floor of the tower And then above us, some 200 feet, was the top of the tower with the observation deck. We managed to find a lens that was used on a film camera, affixed it to our television camera, and aimed it out the back door at the top of the UT tower. It was broadcast. We were able to find in the close-up of the observation deck the blurred movement of someone moving around the tower.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the sniper if you look closely in the pothole at the bottom of the picture, just under the rim of the observation deck.
Later we would find out that, yes indeed, the networks and all the state TV stations had us tuned in and were carrying our broadcast.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's Whitman was his name. I wonder if it was Dick Whitman from the movie Mad Men, the series Mad Men. I'm joking, of course. How about that? Then there's something called the Virginia Tech shooting confession video. Well, there you go. So that's all I had to say. And I'm serious. I still mean everything that I said. And I just think that it's, it is what it is. I mean, I hate to say something, it is what it is. But it really is what it is. I mean, what is this? The University UTPD released footage of September campus. What is that? What the fuck is that? I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to play it. It says, video footage from the Perry Castaneda Library shows UT mathematics sophomore Colton Tooley running past a security guard masked and carrying an AK-47. Tooley took the stair to the 6th of the library where he took his own life. Columbine killers. What a couple of pieces of shit. All right. What is this? I've never heard of this before. This was in 2010. What? What's up with these people? It says video footage from the Perry Castaneda Library shows UT mathematics sophomore Colton Tooley running past a security guard, masked and carrying an AK-47. I think that's all it is. And then it'd be hard to kill yourself with an AK-47. He took the stairs to the 6th floor and committed suicide. I'm just watching a silent movie of people walking by. I want to see this AK-47. People just randomly walking by. Oh my God, there he goes. He just walks by and he's got on a mask and he's carrying an AK-47. That's amazing. I'm not amazing in a good way. That's horrible. Yeah, he just walks right by and he's got on a... Wow. I wonder why he didn't take... I mean, this is going to sound kind of weird. I wonder why he didn't shoot other people. Some guy just looks at him and looks like, what the hell? Wow. It's called the UDP. What is UTPD? University of Texas PD. What does PD mean? I've never heard of PD. UTPD. Yeah, somebody put... Everybody is so casual. Nobody freaked out. It was just like, okay, that guy just walked by and he had a machine gun. University of Texas. What is UP? Now I'm confused. What is UTPD? What is that? The University of Texas Austin Police Department? That's what it says. The UTPD is the University of Texas at Austin Police Department. Oh, well, so much for that. Okay, this is Debbie out with... I have to show y'all this song. I played this song. Remember I told y'all the other night I did that group of songs that I could jog to, and it worked out perfect. I mean, these are the best jogging songs in the world. But I have to admit, I was in the car with Pookie Poo, and you should have seen his face when this song came on. He thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever heard in his life. when these kids start rapping this gibberish shit, oh my God. He was literally cracking up. Heather was going, oh my God. He was losing his shit. So here we go. Until the next time, this is Debbie, over and out.
Pay your fare, then tell a driver that you're going to a double Dutch affair. Well, I'll be darned. Here it comes. The double Dutch bus is on the street. You better get off the curb. Move your feet. Bus fare, trans pass. That's the way my money lasts. Ain't got no car to get around. When I go to work, I gotta go downtown. Now I miss my train. That's a dollar change. When I'm running late, no sleeps to blame. If you got a wife, you know I'm right. You got a special man. Well, I can understand. Uptown, downtown. Everybody's getting down. Say uptown. Say downtown. Well, I miss my bus. I know I'm late. I gotta do something I know I hate. I'm gonna walk to work. 15 minutes, I already got a hole in the socks. Go ahead and laugh. That's okay, cause what I really wanna say, I got bad feet, my corns hurt. Top it off, I'm late for work. Let me tell you what I say when I'm dealing with a funky sidewalk. And let me show you how I walk when I gotta do my funky walk. And let me tell you what I say when I'm dealing with a funky sidewalk. I say, sugar.
Is a gizzle, gizzle, here's at the mizzle, is at the whiz, a sizzle, the giz out and giz a fizz ass fizzle. I said, what's up? And gizzle, gizzle, the mizzle. I said, what's up? Wilzy, Shilza, gilza, wheelza, nilza, bill, baby. Wilzy, ilza, pizza, and just double dessert. Just double dessert. Just double dessert. Wilzy, ilza, pizza, and just double dessert. Just double dessert. Just double dessert. Milzy, gilza, silza, bilza, 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 with gilza. Gilza. My kizzer. Wilzinga is it. Is a kizzer. Is always right. Is a kizzer. Is always right. Nizal. Wilzy. Wilzo, silzy. Bip, bop, bam, alakazam. But only if you're grooving with the double Dutch man. Put on your skates, don't forget your rope. Cause I know I'm gonna see you at my double Dutch show. Rebecca, Lolita, Fashawn, and Dawn. Every time you do the double Dutch, you really turn it on. Bill's Arbor, Bill's Harry, Bill's Eddie, Bill's Sam, Bill's Zombie, Bill's Aaron, Bill's Zombie, that's my man. Come on.